It's always about your decision, what you do with it, and how you take care of yourself. You're the chief, no one else. If you think that Botox and cosmetic surgery is the only way to become attractive, successful, and beautiful, you are wrong. You are very much mistaken. My name is Renee Eiserman, and I'm the author and founder of Yoga for Face. I promise you that you can look 10 years younger and enjoy looking at yourself in the mirror again, without Botox and cosmetic surgery, with just simple exercises in your daily life. Now it's up to you to take action. I'm looking forward to you. Hello, 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 and happy Divine Sunday. So I welcome you on my paradise sofa. My name is Renee Eiserman. I'm the author and founder of Yoga for Face. And you see a commercial I was making 7, 8 years ago. So time goes by. And this new episode, number 7, is a very personal one for me, and also I think for the whole world. And I invite you to pay attention to let you get inspired. And I hope this is the space and the room to really connect in a deeper way to your soul and to your essence, and first of all to your truth, who you really are, and not who you playing. So this episode, I really, would just like, how you say this? So I'm originally from Germany, if you just wonder where my accent is coming from. I'm living now in the Dominican, so I really back to paradise when I'm going out of my door. So I will really just like thank my kids for guiding me from heaven. That I'm able to do this work. And there's another person that is also in heaven, and that's Michael Jackson. Yes. So, and what I really want to point out, what he was creating and how he touched my lives and so many more. And I hope this is touching your soul today also. The Man in the Mirror. I mean, I remember I grew up with all his songs. And I was not always just like a big fan of him, so that was just like so in between. But the legacy he was leaving us here as humans to wake up, because it's really time to wake up and to face what is in the mirror and to understand the rules of the universe, and that the truth will always unfold, unravel. It's just a question of time. And by knowing that is interesting. What's going on here? What's going on? Learn more. So that's an interesting part when the technique, and I'm sitting here on my own. So still, I left the USA Global TV and Radio. I'm committed to do the work and to inspire in the best way I can. And there are no excuses. And I also want to inspire you. When you have something that is so important, let nobody stop you. Just keep doing whatever you do. And this is just like the perfect example. So life is unfolding when we stop fighting it, and when we are trusting the process. And in between, it's really hard. And here, Man in the Mirror, it's all about the relationship that changed everything. Don't try to please others. And it's so easy to say and so hard to do. So I want to talk about today about the mirror, not as a vanity, but as a really talking about the mirror as the truth. And are you able to face your mirror? Are you able to face the camera no matter what happened? Because the camera is taking everything. You can't hide. And I think when it comes to success and when it comes to going viral, the key is, are you real? Are you showing up fully present? Or are you wearing masks? Are you having walls? Are you able to connect? And the thing is, if you don't connect with yourself, who else will connect with you? And so I know that I was just like my whole life having a lot of walls, a lot of just protections. I know how to wear a mask to protect myself and my life in some ways. But there's always a reason, and it costs so much energy. And this is what I believe is showing up after 40. Everything is written in our face. I don't believe in the aging part and process with getting wrinkles, that this is normal. It's just showing how you treat yourself and your daily habits. And I just wanted quick give you an idea what this means, and I just like this is still funny. So here, that was me when I was starting in 2017. That was a picture that was kicking my ass. Now I'm turning 52. So, and I'm talking about really the mirror as your truth. So, and here, Michael was giving me so much love from heaven. So I was going really viral with a video I was reposting on Instagram. So wait a second, I'm going to share it with you that we can have a look together. And I'm looking forward, if you hear live or even if you see the recording, please share in the comments your thoughts, even if you are live or if you are watching after the replay. So this reel came on my profile, and 3 weeks ago I was starting writing another book chapter. So I'm going to be co-author in one of the books from Jim Britt, and it's about cracking the success code or cracking the code. So and I'm right now sitting really what kind of code I cracked in my life. And I think I cracked the smile code, and that this is the key to heaven, and also just like a part of the mirror story. So I know I'm making a huge turnaround, but please stay. So here, I was writing the chapter, and that was my first book. And my first book, I was really just panicking because when I was in school, my German teachers were just like pretty mean. So they were getting a lot of words, and when you get words, this is the biggest weapon we have to understand. If we put those words out and it hits another human's body, it's rewiring. If you don't have skills to clean up, this is wiring, and this is then starting conflicts, and this is then starting building the walls, and or other things are growing in your system because of all the fights. So so I was going and I was just like, okay, I want to show up as a role model, and here I have no secrets. I messed up. I had so much drama, so much, so much things. I was guilty and shame and addiction or whatever. So it's just it's written in your face. So and you have to learn to become your best friend, because when you mess up, you know exactly where are your friends, and that's also something what Michael was, I think, suffering his whole lifetime, who he can really trust. And how he ended up, he trusted the wrong people. So, and this is the world we are in, and it's just a decision, and the decision starts in the morning in your mirror, what person you want to be. Let this land. So, if you are looking for peace, if you are looking for love, here, that's your temple first. And I think then the real you is coming, and then we are starting understanding what it means to even like setting ourselves free. So yeah, going back, just I was writing the chapter, and I started to understand my journey in a totally different way, because I was talking about, yeah, I was just like lost my kids, and two wedding dates were not happening, and I was just like, no, it just, I have really to go back, and I have to really to face the parts where I was hiding and where I was just like coming up. Maybe it was a different story. Not, it was a different story, but I was talking about different things and not the layers they were behind. So the new chapter, it's coming out in August, September. I'm talking about where my story started. And this is where, when you grow up in an environment that is giving you words, they are landing in your system so deep that you are still start repeating. Like, some people lifetime, and some people are aware. So my sentence I had to battle my whole life was, I grew up with, if I was looking the wrong way, if I was just like whatever I did. So the only sentence, the first sentence I heard, that I'm the most devil and evil person on planet Earth. So, and growing up with the sentence in your body and in your mind, and just like trying, just like survive, how we can get out of just like even the childhood part, how you can, so, and not knowing that I can trust anybody or just like talk about. So, and this is where, whatever maybe your sentence is, specific after 40, your body will show it, or you can just like start cleaning up. So I learned to clean up those things to stay alive, and to become more radiant and glowing each day. I think so. Um, so, and here's the thing. So the video from Michael I saw, and I was listening to his story, and we go into that now. And it was touching my heart so much. So I was just like crying like hell. So the last 3 weeks, I think I was so much crying. And so let's see. Let's share the screen. So it's interesting if I'm going to push the wrong button. So screen. So here is it. We going to Instagram. So by the way, if you like to stay connected, my Instagram profile is yogaforface.com. Here's the video, and that was going viral. 1.2 million people saw it. I'm going, just like, it's going to be about 70. It's just like the numbers are just like exploding. And I have the first time in my life an idea, when you get so much attention and so much love. So how, when the whole world is loving you, like Michael Jackson, what kind of energy this is. Okay, is this not going?
The king, just me. I don't know when you'll hear this. Maybe tomorrow, maybe 10 years from now, maybe never. But if you're listening, it means the universe decided it was time. And I'm so glad. This isn't a performance. No choreography, no script, no mask, just a voice. From the other side, from the quiet. I pressed record, and I said 3 words. I'm sorry. Not for the things they accused me of. Not for the face I became. Not for the songs I never finished. I'm sorry for not loving myself while I was still here. For spending my whole life trying to become someone when I should have just been. And I want you, yes, you, listening right now, to know this. You don't have to make the same mistake. But to understand why I said those words, you have to walk through the fire with me. Not the fire of the headlines, not the fire of the courtroom. The fire that started in a cold house in Gary, with a father who loved me in the only way he knew how to love. I was 5 when I learned that love had a price, and the currency, perfection. Every morning, before school, before breakfast, before the sun even rose, we'd line up in the living room, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, Marlon, me. And Dad would stand there, belt in hand, stopwatch in the other. Sing, he'd say. And we'd sing, until our throats burned, until our voices cracked like glass. One wrong note, A flick of the belt, one missed step, a shove into the wall. He called it discipline. I called it survival. And I learned fast. I learned to dance so perfectly, the pain disappeared. I learned to sing so high, the fear couldn't reach me. I learned to smile so wide that no one would ever know the boy underneath was screaming. By the time I was 9, I was a star. The world called me Little Michael. They said I was magic, but magic doesn't cry in the dressing room after every show. Magic doesn't flinch when a hand moves too fast. Magic doesn't wonder every single day. Am I still loved if I'm not performing? I wasn't a child. I was a product, polished, packaged, sold. And the worst part? I liked it because when I sang, when I danced, when the crowd roared, I felt seen. Not the king, just
So let's see, I'm back. So to figure out the technique. So that was the video. And now my question for you. What thoughts were running in your head? Where you did pay the attention? Is it, oh, is this really real? Do you think about if this is real, or are you listening to what the story was they were told? And for me, that was so important to listen to the voice and to hear the journey he has been through, because that opened up so much pain that was still stored in my system. I had to release, and this is how I'm using in my work, like the things just like, okay, what is meant to be for you? What do you need to be able to let go of the mask, to let go of the wall, to be able to come home and to really connect and to set yourself free? That's the point. So, and here, I know how this is connected to my life story, but I'm curious how this is connected really to your story. Where did you fall out of paradise? Is there a price you paid, or maybe you still pay from your childhood? Maybe aware, maybe not aware, but not aware means your body has to show up. I learned when I was 20 that my body was just like bringing me to my knees. So I had to learn very early how to pay attention and to become a different understanding. And that your body is also the magic and not a healer and not a doctor and nobody outside. You are magic and you are so uniquely made. And when it comes even to beauty here, and beauty was just like a huge pain part my whole life, because I had no voice. I was never the beauty queen. I was just like I was just like the evil. And then I had just like to try how can I make this? And even just like feeling comfortable in my own skin. I would just like I was so far away. So but I know the way back home and to remove all the layers. And then your real essence can come through. So, and I think in a world we are now facing AI, and even if this is AI or not, just like I don't care. I care about what is moving you, what is triggering you, what is behind that want to be seen, to want to be felt, and then it's just like the most magic. It becomes unforgettable. It's just like and here and I'm here, so I'm guiding most of the time really high functional women to come back home, that when they enter a room, people people feel them and they feel what they are staying for and not where they are betraying themselves. So that's a huge difference in beauty work. Beauty identity or beauty made up in my world is something totally different. So, and we have to learn to feel the energies, and we feel when something is true, but only when we are really connected to our body system. So, and this is a major key what we have to face, I think, in this century. Um, Making decisions on lies, on on products, or just like on advice, or are you really staying in alignment, feeling if this field, this room, this person, this product, or whatever is right for you? And so, with all my wisdom, I had so many failures and try and errors, and I was even right now booking something where I was now feeling in my whole system that this is not working. But I wanted, because I wanted, hoping, thinking that this is maybe then working out. So, and this is where it's so important that we are connected to our body systems. So, yeah, so I'm curious. I can't see the chat right now. I'm curious to see what's going on later. But I want to say this: if you have situations coming up during the day where you are maybe getting emotional, or where you are maybe don't find your keys, where you are just like your throat is start swallowing, I have 4 magic moves. So I give this as my free gift if you want to try that. So you can go, because I always forget about those things, but you can go on my website. There you find everything. It's reneeamaris.com, and you have here my 4 magic moves, where I'm guiding you through some very easy exercises to learn to set boundaries, to come in the present moment, and stand up for yourself, and your power. So yeah, so that's what it is. And because of the exercise, one of my magic exercises, I like to invite you to try how it feels to come home in just 60 seconds, back back home, back to peace, and back to paradise, and change a little bit the word. So I invite you to do this with me. If you want to have the full impact, you take a pen or a pencil. If you say, nope, I'm good, you can try this also without. Um, because the smile is a key. And when it comes to understanding that, we heard about in Michael's video about the fake smile. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like, and this is something I had to made 1 million times, really working on my smile, until the first time I felt a relief, I felt a real opening. So, and this is where smile is not smile. And it's in between. When you have a tough day, it can be a lifesaver, because your body will respond to your body language, and it starts opening up immediately to produce the happy hormones. So, and this is why your biceps in your face is the muscle in your face where you should focus on. When I'm having a bad day, when I got news, and I was just like, I was tested the last 2 years with my website was cracked, my bank account was just like in between shut down. I got just like a lot of abandonment things happening, and I was just like, holy crap. And even then, when you stay in public, so this is just like, that's a different scenario. And then it's just like, okay, breathing and calm your nervous system, and trust that everything is for you, and you don't have to understand how this has to go. But it matters how you respond and how you stay in the present moment. And this exercise is really the magic I'm inviting you to. So I have a music I will put on. Um, that is, by the way, something really special, because it's harmonizing our water and our body system, but also just like in the whole environment. It's a little bit being shui, how you put it this way. And so here it is. So what we do, I'm not talking in between. I'm just like enjoying, like I invite you to enjoy. So I put the pen in between my teeth. Mhm. So, and just like by opening up, everybody that is having jaw problems here, we are storing a lot of anger here. So, just like put the pen between your teeth and pay attention what is happening immediately in your whole body system. And if you sit, I invite you to focus on your feet on the ground. Can you feel them? Can you feel your sit bones? And then put the pen between your teeth. Let the tongue drop. Breathe through the nose, and I will guide you with the hands. Some little loving movements for your face. I will make the music on, and then I just like say, don't think, just watch out how your body is responding and be curious. Okay, now take the pencil out. Now the magic is happening if you allow it. So close your eyes. Feel the feet on the ground. Feel your sit bones and feel the crown on your head. And be aware that you are the connection between heaven and earth and that you are safe. So feel the connection to heaven, to your soul with the inhalation. Always fresh and clean energy is coming into your system, is refilling. And exhale, it's your decision to let go what you don't want to have anymore, what you don't want to carry anymore. Let go. Come in a present moment. Inhale fresh and clean energy. And exhale, let go of everything that is holding you back. And again, inhale. Come in this moment. Fill yourself up. And exhale, let go of everything you don't need anymore. Feel the feet on the ground. Feel your sit bones. And feel the crown on your head. And pay attention. How does your scalp feel in this moment? How does your forehead is communicating with you? How do your eyes feel? What about your cheeks? Maybe it's a little bit more tingling and a little bit more active. And feel your jaw, your jawline, your chin. And feel it for a second. What's going on with your mouth? Where are the corners of your mouth? And then feel your throat and your heart room. Feel your feet again on the ground and the crown, the connection. Feel that you are really safe and anchored. And then come back with the next inhalation. Give yourself a hug. And this is for all singles here. We need hugs. So start hugging yourself if you're missing it. Before you go in a connection that is maybe not for you. Okay? So, because specific in that we're paying a high price if we make the wrong choices because of we are thinking we need and not really being in alignment. So specific, our female body system is just like energies entering, and then you have to learn to clean up because even this is written in your face, this is picking in your jaw, this is sitting in your throat, ladies, or the thyroid that is screaming. Yeah, when the thyroid is screaming. So pay attention to that. So I'm here to guide you and to help you to clean up and to unveil really the beauty you are, not the playing part, the real you, because your talents, and guys, it's also for you. So we have our talents, we have our uniqueness written all over. So we have a golden cut, we have a golden expression. So just like, okay, whatever you are fighting, I teach you how to start fall in love with yourself and redesigning it. Yes. So that's I'm passionate about. So to make you smile and really to make you beautiful. So this episode is yeah, Michael was just like really touching me. So I'm curious. I'm what is resonating with you. So so I was looking for some questions, maybe a little bit just like start journaling after the show. I want to guide you a little bit. So first of all, the exercise, was this helpful? Did you feel a change? Maybe a little bit more peace and calm, or maybe the exercise was bringing a little bit more peace between your ears. And by the way, every thought that is not making you happy, that is a luxury you really should not afford because your body has to work for it. So okay, so let's go and talk about mirror and about also the mirror work. When it comes to the mirror, take a look at yourself. That was a part of the song. What do you see? So, what do you see? Can you see yourself? Do you see the wrinkles? Maybe. And I saw just like in between my grandma, or I saw some parts of my siblings, and I was just like, holy crap! So I want to look like me and not like someone else. So what do you see when you look in the mirror? So that was just like the noise. Okay, I think we are right. So play with that. What do you really see? And it's not about judging. It's not about blaming. It's about just like speaking the truth and letting the energy flow and feel what's behind and why maybe you are avoiding things. So, and then what part of you wants to be meet today? Where is your soul, your inner child, crying for your attention to be seen? Can you see that? Can you feel that? And the next one, so I took a little bit, I was just like putting a little brain in this today. No. So, but now here, the next one is when it comes to performance, and that was even like also a study one of my German peeps was doing. If you want to get viral, if you want to be successful, people want to know the real you and not the fake one. So, where are you? Come on. Where are you performing something that you are not? Where are you trying so hard? And even where are you playing peace? No, I'm fine. Everything is good. I'm untouchable. Do you know that? Yeah. Now it's going to be interesting. Between I wish for peace and I have peace, it's it's a little bit different. So, do you check in? Are you aware when you're playing that? And again, it's about bringing awareness. Awareness is the first piece we need to be able to make a shift or to make a change. Okay? So, and and the other thing is change. Everybody's talking about, yes, change. I want to have change. Yes, of course. I want to have more success. I want to have more money. I want to have more beauty. Whatever. I want to have a better relationship. Yeah, we want a lot. But what we have to understand, to get there, a part of us has to die. Ooh, a part of us has to die, and maybe the part you like the most. Hi, that's not cool. That's not cool. So, but this includes change. Change needs to pay, you have to pay a price for it, and you have to make something different. You can't do the same thing you did today. For studying a movement, yes, you have to repeat this millions of times, that you don't have to think about that this autobahn is just like so built. But it's when it comes to identity and you want to create something, this is just like then also work. You have to make space. So what part what would change if you stop judging the person in the mirror and start loving? Maybe start today with 5 minutes looking yourself in the mirror. I see you. And breathe. And don't think, just like observe and feel. Because I know when I had my worst scenarios, even like the body type, the weight, the the wrinkles, whatever was going on, every time I felt the most unloved and I was in the biggest drama, sitting in front of the mirror and facing it, this is the best therapy, and it needs no money. It needs just like, okay, start facing it and feel it and cry it out. It's really, there's no way around, but it's just like the most relieving. It's just like you're dropping pounds, like you have, this is just like the best diet. So this is, that was always just like how I was getting rid of my over pounds I was having also in between. So it's really something that is changing the world. The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror, and really becoming comfortable. And I'm not talking about the fake comfortable. Yeah, because I know so many people they say, yes, of course I love myself. So, and I can throw up because you can immediately feel that, because I see yourself betrayed. And why can't I say that? Because I've been there. I know all the excuses. So this is why my clients, and the last 2 years I worked a lot with high functional women and CEOs. Yeah, they wanted to come home. And so if you feel like you want to come home, just give me a call. My website, you can book that. But this is just like really what it's about. And yes, so what else? What else? Um, that is a big legacy Michael left behind. So my kids were leaving also a big legacy. So today the idea was really to open up the soul correction for everybody and just like really becoming a little bit more an understanding what a smile can mean and what the mirror can mean and how you can use it and integrate it in your daily life. So, and again, I have 4 must-have exercises, my magic moves. You can get on my website reneeamaris.com, and they are helping you getting out of emotions quick, being in the moment of acceptance, what this means, and take your body with you on the journey, and also just like get your body to teach you how to set boundaries. So if this is something you have a little bit situation in your daily life, just like let your body help you as your best friend. But for this, just like start over and just like trying it. Don't smile at it, just like doing it. And I figured out just like there were so many things I was fighting. Even my grandma was teaching me so much as a little child. I understand now. So which part you maybe understood today in a deeper way, um, and what can be the next level. So and this is where I wanna, I think, close for today. Um, but if this is resonating, I also open up in 2 weeks. I'm starting, by the way, my 12-week program, Yoga for Faith Beyond, really the next level of embodiment and identity work. So it's for all healers, coaches, speakers, yogis. Yes, they want to become a deeper understanding of their work. I want to learn where they are not connecting, where they can just like building new bridges, to be seen, to be felt, and to be unforgettable. Then you can send me a message. I will host a circle in German and in English, and there are no excuses because it's all about to integrate those things, those steps in your daily life. And this is where yoga for faith means unfold your uniqueness in every single way of your being. Come and understanding you are more than you can touch. And these are 4 easy steps you can do in between your meetings when everything is freaking out, to come back home and to be able to make new choices. They are serving your goals, your dreams, and your purpose here in life and what you want to bring and share. Okay? So I'm sending much, much love. I'm curious, so keep me posted. Also, if there's something you are more interested in, what I maybe point out if you want to be a guest. So feel free to reach out and let the world more make more beautiful and shine. And I'm preaching your smile is the key because this is the word language and it opens closed doors. Believe me. So from my heart to yours. Happy, happy Sunday.